In 1941, a man walked out of a Nazi prison in broad daylight, wearing a German officer's uniform he had sewn himself from scraps of stolen cloth. His name was Witold Pilecki, and he had actually volunteered to be arrested by the Gestapo in the first place. Let's go back to September 1940. The German Reich had swallowed Poland whole. Reports were reaching the Polish resistance of a new camp near the town of Auschwitz. Nobody yet understood its full horror, but Pilecki did. He was a cavalry officer, a husband, a father of two, and he made a decision that most historians still struggle to fully comprehend. He asked his commanders to send him in. On September 19, 1940, Pilecki stood on a Warsaw street during a Nazi roundup, a łapanka, and deliberately let himself be captured. He carried false identity papers under the name Tomasz Surafowski. Days later, he passed through the gates of Auschwitz, prisoner number 4859. What followed was 2.5 years of documented hell. Pilecki witnessed starvation, execution, and eventually the arrival of the gas chambers, but the entire time, he was working. He organized a secret resistance network inside the camp, the Związek Organizacji Wojsk, the Union of Military Organizations. He recruited prisoners, he built communication chains. He stole radio parts, piece by piece, and assembled a transmitter hidden inside a camp building. Beginning in 1941, his intelligence reports were smuggled out of Auschwitz to the Polish Home Army and eventually to the British government in London. These were among the first, and most detailed, eyewitness accounts of what the Nazis were doing inside that camp. The British, tragically, largely dismissed them as the exaggeration, but Pilecki kept reporting. And eventually, he reached a conclusion: the Allies would not act. A military breakout had to happen, and to organize it from the outside, he had to escape. On the night of April 26, 1943, Pilecki and the fellow prisoners, Jan Redzc and Edward Cieślski, were assigned to a night shift at a camp bakery just outside the main perimeter. This was the moment they overpowered a guard, cut a telephone wire, and ran into the darkness toward the Soa River. Behind them, the sirens of Auschwitz tore through the night. German search parties swept the countryside for days. Pilecki and his companions moved by night, hid by day, and covered nearly 100 kilometers through occupied Poland on foot. Local farmers sheltered them. One gave them civilian clothes. On May 1st, just 5 days after the escape,